Pastor Ed here with Daily Devotions for Friday, April the 19th, 2024. Again, this week we've been looking at that lesson from this past Sunday, Acts 3, 1 through 10, the encounter of Peter and John at the temple with the lame man and who's there begging an outsider. I talked, I think, yesterday about the fact that my own experience, if not yours, going to the city is you just kind of stare straight ahead and you avoid making contact with the panhandlers and all these other people, some of who have legitimate needs, I'm sure. And the whole point of this reading is, as the one commentator pointed out, is that that this passage calls congregations and Christians to reach out to the stranger in the name of Christ and to help out in whatever way we can. We may not, even in the name of Jesus, have the power to heal somebody the way that Peter and John did, but there's other things that we can do. And I've been using Tony Campolo, some of his stories from his book, Let Me Tell You a Story, to illustrate this very point. And so he has a story that's entitled, What People Need. He says, again, Tony Campolo writes, I often serve as a motivational speaker for corporate gatherings. And one time I was at a sales conference for one of America's largest insurance corporations. The speaker before me was amazing. His topic was how to sell insurance to people who don't need it. His speech was brilliant, his delivery was excellent, and he held his audience in the palm of his hand. You can see that by following his instructions, anyone could get people to buy more insurance regardless of how much coverage they already had. He talked about how to play on people's fears and anxieties, how to manipulate people and set them up so that they would sign on for insurance before they realized they didn't even need what they were buying. His suggestions for psychological manipulation were a wonder. And when he was finished, it was my turn to speak, and my opening line was a simple and direct statement. I said, everything you've just heard is wrong. Needless to say, a shockwave ran through the audience. But I went on to explain, says Campolo, to these salespeople that they were among the few in America who had the rare privilege of actually selling something that people really need. People need life insurance, I told them. Why would you degrade yourself by selling insurance to people who already have enough of it when there are so many people who don't have what they need? People should not be manipulated. People should not be set up just so you can make a few extra bucks at their expense. People are sacred and should be treated with the utmost respect. Manipulating them to buy what they don't need is not worthy of you, he said. And he went on to tell the group about a friend of his who found out that Martin Luther King Jr., years ago, obviously, had no life insurance. My friend, says Campolo, followed Dr. King for 2 weeks until he cornered him in a hotel room and finally persuaded him to secure $1 million life policy. Less than a year later, Martin Luther King Jr. was blown away by an assassin's bullet. And after the fanfare died down, all his family had left was that insurance policy. My friend had met a need, and he had great comfort in knowing that he had helped a family. That's what all of our labor should be about. It should be about helping people. We should be able to offer up our labors as service unto God. The president of the company, says Campolo, was the first to his feet to give me a standing ovation. I want to read that one line again. That's what all our labor, our work, should be about. It should be about helping people, about meeting needs. And whether you're an insurance agent or whatever it is that you might do, every Christian has an opportunity in their daily lives and work to help people in need. And again, I think that's what this passage is stressing. The dramatic healing, as wonderful that is, and I went to some length on Sunday talking about how I don't really understand that, but then again, I don't understand the medical miracles that are healing my brother and my daughter at this point. But putting that aside, everybody, even in very, very modest, seemingly small, humble ways, can serve others, can help others in the name of Jesus. That's our calling. Well, I hope you have a great day. We'll be back one more day with you to wrap up this passage from last Sunday. Until then, take care. Bye.